We live our lives hooked up to the show. It's virtual reality, lost in space. Flawed personality with a smiley face. Be who you wanna be. Make up the memory. It's virtual reality.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining us again at Rendered Reality here on Coffee and VR. My name's Tyler. This is Sean. And as always, it is your weekly dose of VR, BS, whatever you want to call it. I do want to say, make sure you sign up for the Quest, too, in the description, because that is going away. I just want to say it right off the get. Because
That's only got a couple more days. A couple more days left.
I tell everybody I know, I'm like, dude, sign up for it. It's a free quest. Like, it doesn't, hurt you to sign up for it. Make 5 accounts. Don't care.
Right.
There you go. Sweet.
Yep.
But, dude, I am super hyped for today's show because there are some dope stuff that I'm, like, amped, that I have been wanting since, I don't know, Oculus Connect 5 probably or something.
Yeah, something like that.
That we saw, and we're going to talk about that here momentarily. But yeah, we've been playing a lot of cool stuff, and some we can finally talk about, right?
Yeah. Some of the stuff we've been wanting to talk about, we haven't got to talk about. We can finally talk about it now, and it should be some pretty good stuff that we've been playing a lot of, we've been loving, as well as some other stuff too. Some Population 1 Season 2 stuff that we get to talk about that we've been wanting to talk about. Some big updates coming with that, as well as some Zero Caliber that's coming to the Quest, playing some of that. So a bunch of stuff coming up today that we can finally talk about. So
Demeo? Dude, Demeo.
Speaking of Demeo, we have a Demeo Quest code giveaway that ends tomorrow. So that is in the description below. Make sure that you sign up for that. So
we did it for the live stream, but we figured, you guys, if you were joining us live for today, you guys had a chance to at least to get on that. But yeah, we were joined by Tyrell. He popped into the game, which was awesome.
When we were live streaming, didn't even know he was coming.
So close to winning.
So close.
Dude, it's such a bummer. But yeah, almost pulled it off after hour and a half or 2 hours of playing it, grinding at it. But yeah,
way longer than we expected to play. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll just do like a 15, 20, 30-minute stream or something. And it snowballs. But that's how it always goes in VR, I guess, for us. But yeah, if we would too, what are you guys playing? Like, because there's so much stuff I feel that just dropped right now. There you go. Reckoner said Demeo's top stuff. Like, that's honestly, I looked at it, before I showed a friend, our stream and stuff, and he was like, it's like, it looks okay. I'm like, you just have to play it, man. Like, it's one of those games you can always return stuff. Just try it, man. You'll love it. And everyone, it seems like, is loving it. I mean, I see on Facebook, on our stuff, everyone seems to be loving it.
Let's just get into Demeo since we're talking about it anyways.
All right, fine, man.
Let's just get into it because honestly, for me, like, this is a game coming up that I was like, okay, this looks cool. I don't know how excited I am for it. It looks really good, but I don't know how much this game is going to be for me. I was never a Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons player. I never took the time to learn those games, essentially. And so I didn't know how excited I would really be for this once I actually got in there and played it. We've been playing it for a couple weeks now. I'm absolutely hooked. I absolutely love it. And I think that if you are not a fan of those kind of games and stuff, you still need to try this. One of the things that I love about this is that when you go into it, a very easy tutorial that walks you through how the game works. So it's easy to pick up and play. Some of the games like Magic and stuff, I remember kids playing that in school and I was like, man, that'd be cool to play, but I had no idea how to play it. And when you're playing a card, when you're playing a card, you essentially have to like imagine this thing happening. And in the game, these things actually happen. So when you do, a power move or something, you see these things happen, and it's just so cool in front of you. And to be able to hang out with friends, 4 players, it's just awesome.
And not even see them happen. You can be on the table. Like, you can zoom in so that they are like full-size like player models, which is just the scale is so crazy. And like when other people are playing, I like to get way down in on the table and see all that action happening and stuff coming from above. It's super cool to watch. But then, your turn, and you get 2 turns depending. If you have extra cards, you can get another turn. And some don't use a turn. The details in it are just tops. And this isn't like a game, like a quick come out game and here's what you get and it's done. This is a game, they are like you can tell they're really building that like longevity
Right.
to keep bringing stuff to it and bring chapters to it.
Yeah,
new
right now
content.
it's like book 1 essentially. So it's 3 levels. Once you get through those 3 levels, you basically have a boss that you have to beat. And you can keep playing it. It's difficult. I mean, we did beat it the other night, but on the live stream we did die. But after you get done with that, it kind of leaves it open-ended because there is other books coming, and you can replay the 3 levels, I guess, but the levels change. So the level's not the exact same every time. So even though it's only 3 levels right now, I mean, I've heard people beating it from like around 45 minutes up to like 3 to 4 hours. So it just all depends sometimes on the luck of the draw of, you know, what enemies and what tactics you use. It is very much a tactile game where you have to use tactics, you have to use teamwork, you have to communicate, you know, ideas and stuff, because if not, I mean, it's difficult. And there is also a single player as well. So if you don't want to play with people, you can play by yourself as well. But for me, playing with friends is definitely where it's at. So that's what I'm most excited
John Anastos in chat asked, does Demeo work multiplayer or single account? That I don't know.
Yeah,
I wanted to try that actually, because I actually wanted to do that, but I haven't got to it yet, so I'm not sure.
I will find out because
that would be awesome.
My wife shares an account with her nephew that has her original Quest, and this is a game that I want to play with them because it's a game that. And another thing that I like is most games that I play in VR are very physical. You know, I'm up, I'm moving around. This is so nice to relax. You know, in the video I'm sitting in a chair, but the one night I was sitting in the recliner down in the living room just playing. It's a very chill, just relaxing but intense game all at the same time, and it's really cool. And there's so many cool elements too. Like when you get done with one level, you have these cards and all the coins that you see in the video. If you go onto them coins and pick up coins, that's how you buy extra cards or more cards in between the levels, as well as being able to sell your cards.
And everyone combines all that money too. So it's not just the player that gets it, it's everyone. So as a team, you're really all working to do this, you know, one thing.
Yeah, so Dustin Hosley said multiple people can play on one account. So that's good news.
Cool. Yeah. That's awesome. Eric Masher said, you know, and I appreciate it, he posted our show to the Facebook group, but there is also a giveaway for this on there going on as well. So definitely sign up for it there too, because you have
they have a giveaway going. Okay.
Yeah,
cool. So there's actually 2 chances. Yeah, 2 chances to win Demeo for the Quest. Is there? I'm guessing there's a Quest code too, because this is Steam.
It is. Yeah,
this is available on Steam as well, and it's not on the Oculus Rift store yet, which was really weird to me. I looked, I was like, "What? Where is it at?" So that is supposed to be coming. I'm not sure why that didn't come right off the bat, but I mean, this game just came out last week. You know, we were lucky enough to play it early, and we've been playing it quite a bit, and it's so much fun. I mean, I don't know. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be so addicted to this game. And I can't wait for, like we talked about book 2. I did grab the image. It'll kind of pop up over here though. But so The Realm of the Rat King coming summer 2021. This is the next book on its way. Really cool. I can't wait for this. I'm so excited.
But honestly, like, I don't have a problem playing the same one over again because it's different every single time. Like, the last one is a little tighter. So out of the 3, the last one is tightened in a little bit. So, you know, there's not a whole lot of diversity with it, but the other ones are totally different maps every time, it seems like. So I keep playing it. Doesn't feel the same. It's great. I love it. You got to try it though.
Yeah, I definitely highly recommend it. There's a weird line. I don't know if people see that. There's a weird line right here, and I'm not sure what that's from. I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't know where that's coming from. It might be because we changed up what we use to get Tyler's video feed in there, but it's not that.
Oh, I know what it is.
Oh, maybe it is that.
It's that. Yeah, there you go. You can pull that in a little.
Let me adjust this a little bit.
There you go.
Hopefully it went away. It kept bugging me. I kept seeing that. I'm like, what is that? But I couldn't figure out what it was. So luckily,
we're trying to get some better video and audio for you guys. So we're kind of dabbling with some things.
Yeah,
so
we were using Skype before, and
it
was such a pain in the butt. Skype would work sometimes, and other times the quality would be bad. But they did fix my internet, though. I finally got my internet fixed. It was a big debacle this past week. They got it figured out finally. So hopefully we shouldn't have any disconnect issues. Also, I got back from Florida this past week, and I just wanted to mention I got to meet Caleb from Reality Check VR, which awesome guy. He picked us up and took us to some cool scenic places there in Clearwater, Florida. He lives pretty close to there, and it was just it was really, really cool. So I was talking to him about this game and a bunch of other games, and he actually posted something in our Discord too, that you can actually earn some money playing some VR games. So check out our Discord. I can't remember which tab that was in, but he just posted that the other day in there. So
Daniel in chat said that he doesn't have any friends on VR. join our Discord. If
Yeah,
you're
join our
ever
Discord.
looking for people to play with or people with like minds, please join it because there's so many cool people. I see half of them probably in chat right now too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I plan on playing quite a bit of stuff this weekend. I did forget the Mother's Day is this weekend, so we'll probably do a get together tonight. But I'll probably be playing some more stuff after that. I'll probably be playing some Demeo, so maybe we can set up something 4-player for Demeo tonight, as well as some Population 1. I've been playing a bunch of Population 1 lately. They've been doing play tests for the season 2. We're gonna get into some of that, so that's been taking up some of my time as well.
Right there in chat, Paul P. Jr. says, "I'm not sure I would do a card game in a video game. It is not like that. You have to try it. You have to play it. It's so cool.
Really, really cool. And the way that you move around the table too, you just grab and you can pull yourself in real close to get right on the board. You can zoom out. You can move all around the table to get better view. And I mean, I don't know why. I mean, this just works so good. It literally feels like you're sitting in a room with, buddies around a table playing a game, and it just works so well. Like I really, really do like it. I'm way more impressed with this than I really thought I was going to be. So I definitely hope some other people try this. Sign up for the giveaways. And honestly, it's worth a shot even to get. I don't like to buy games and return them on the Oculus Store or Steam or anything like that. But that's always an option. Like if you want to try this game and you think this game is probably not for you, I recommend at least trying that. You can always return it if you end up not liking it. But I really recommend this game. Like it's a ton of fun. It really is. I've been super impressed with it. So
yeah, me too.
Really, really like it. But all right, what else we got to get into? Demeo, we knocked that out first. That we've been so excited to talk about that. So we needed to get that out of there. Get that out of the way. We've been dying to talk about it.
What else have we been playing? We've been playing. Well, we have been playing Pop 1 this season.
Yeah, we've been definitely playing some Pop 1.
And they have an invitational as well coming up.
Yeah, that's coming up today. That is at 2 p.m. Pacific time today. So whatever that's 5 o'clock our time, I think.
Something like that, Eastern. Yeah.
Yep.
So I highly recommend watching some of that. I don't have a link for it in the description, but that should be easy to find.
Yeah.
But it's honestly, the Population 1 stuff has just been great. And I know we talk about it a lot, but it's a great game, right? I mean, they keep the content fresh. They keep it moving. It's always something different.
Yeah,
it really
is. They've been doing a great job with keeping things flowing, and the season 2 stuff is actually very big changes. A lot of changes, a lot of new things that we haven't seen before that actually add quite a bit to the gameplay, and it's quite a bit of fun. Are we going to get into Population 1 now?
We don't have to. We can, sure. Whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. So let me grab my footage here. There it is. So this is what is the release date? Release date for Population 1 Season 2 is May 13th. So this is going to be a public release here coming up pretty soon. And the biggest changes is that they're going with the Wild West theme, which the whole section of the map here is
but
Wild
not
West
the whole
theme.
map.
No, just the
thing.
Right, just this
a portion
part here.
Of it.
Yep, it's called the Frontier, I believe, and this is just essentially the top corner of the map is where this is located, and it's a whole bunch of new buildings,
barrels that explode.
Yeah, TNT
right
barrels. Different cactuses and desert-looking features. Some big changes that I would say. One of the biggest things is the I guess one we'll show right here, the harmonica, which is hilarious because it plays a tune while you're putting this up to your mouth. It plays a tune, and then it gets just super intense with it, and it goes crazy. You're like
players around you.
Yeah, you're like boogieing down. It gets into it, so it's so hardcore, but it is really cool. But yeah, your teammates around you, it'll add shield to them as you're playing the harmonica. The next big one is the Matadors, which is the dual little shotgun pistols, which are a ton of fun. These things are really cool, and the way you reload them is awesome too, because you just kind of flick your wrist and they spin around and reload, and they do some serious damage. Like they do work. They don't do a ton of damage far away. Obviously, they're short barrel shotguns, but up close, they do some hardcore work, and I've been trying to get good with them in the game, and I've been enjoying playing with them. So
I know. So the one thing that when we went in, because we spawned right in front of the doors of like the saloon, right?
Right.
I swear it looks like Westworld. When you walk into those front doors, it's like Westworld to a T. The bar inside of the park and stuff. If you've seen the show or you have this game, you'll know when you go in there and once you get to see it. But I swear I'm just gonna start calling it Westworld because
Yeah, it does look
it
like that.
literally reminds me of it every time now.
And
when I
even
go
going into
it.
the saloon, it's playing a little
Yeah.
ditty on the piano in there,
Yeah, yeah.
which is pretty cool. I mean, it
It's so
definitely
cool.
feels like the saloon that's in the TV show. It really does. So
The
yeah.
bar's in the same place and everything. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
and
gosh,
there's
it's too
even
creepy.
they've changed the tunes as well. The music, like when the game loads up and stuff, you get
Yeah.
more of a Wild West kind of theme. And I guess the Wild West
Westworld
theme
season one.
is just really popular right now because we're getting the Western thing for Pistol Whip. And
Oh,
now
right.
Population
Yeah, true.
1. So I guess that's just a popular genre right now, I guess. I like it. I mean, I think it's cool.
Right, me too.
Yeah. So, and another thing that they've added that's pretty cool for this, you can see right here, is the shaker cups.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can
shaker
get shaker
shield.
cups that you
Yeah.
actually sit there.
Yeah,
You have
man.
to physically shake, which they added since the last time we played. Me and Jay played last night. They added sound to it, so you can hear when it's about to be full, and then it makes the pop
Sure.
sound with the pop clicking and the top
That's
clicking over
kinda
the thing.
cool.
It's so cool, and that gives you half shield too. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty big
Yeah, so
boost. in
two
shield.
of those, yeah, full shield, right? I mean, that's awesome.
Tony Digital. My appreciation
Tony.
for your time, a $50 super chat. Holy crap.
Dude, Tony, cheers,
That's
man.
insane.
No,
we
that's
seriously appreciate that.
dude. No,
That
we
is so
appreciate just
awesome.
hanging out with you guys, man. I
Yeah.
mean, this is awesome. This is, dude. I'm so hyped, especially for the stuff coming, man. Like dreams coming, Tony. I'm telling you, this is gonna be where VR is going. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff
Oh,
we
cheers,
can't wait
man.
to get
That's
into
awesome.
today.
Oh, I know, man. I know. Oh, that's
thank
awesome.
you, seriously,
Appreciate
thank
it,
you.
guys.
Yeah,
Dang.
that is
Give me
much
goosebumps, man.
appreciated.
It
$50,
is.
that's huge. Really appreciate that. Yeah.
Dang, man, what a win.
Lost my train of thought, but
I know, dude.
but
Right?
yeah,
Tony,
Population
jeez,
1. I'm telling you, this game is making a mark. It's here to stay. I mean, they constantly are updating this thing. It's still probably one of the highest player base multiplayer only games, technically multiplayer only games out
Yeah.
there right now, right?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's
I
got
mean,
to
it's
have one of the
just-
highest player bases, I would think. I mean, there's always a ton of
It
people
has
playing.
to.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, how fast do those, servers load in and stuff? I
Yeah.
feel like you go in. I know they had a little, we've been playing the season 2 stuff, so it's a little, sparse. But, on the main play stuff, it's just insane, man. You go in
Yeah.
and it's like 20 seconds max. I feel
Sometimes,
like
yeah,
I don't know. It's crazy.
Oh, they
man.
also increased it though. It's what I think 24 players now that you have on a map.
24,
Yeah, so
man.
that's pretty cool. I
24
mean, there's
is
so
coming,
many
yeah.
changes with this that sometimes it's
Right?
hard to remember all of them. You know what I mean? I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's this. And,
Yeah.
oh yeah, there's this. So there's definitely a lot of things, and they've done a lot of just little improvements too. Like you can see the smoke for the drops. The smoke has changed there. It's a little easier to see and stuff from far away. It looks a little better. They changed some of the zone timing stuff. The way the zones work, just a lot of little changes that are just spread all throughout this, just really cool stuff. And then subtle stuff you might not even notice unless you play all the time. But one of
Yeah.
our most favorite games. I mean, we play this quite a bit, and I'm not as good as I used to be because we stopped playing there for a little while because there was so much other stuff to play. And the people that do play this all the time, there's just so many players in this game that are so
Right.
freaking good. It's
Oh,
just
they're
absolutely
incredibly good, man.
ridiculous. So I remember
Yeah.
when this game first came out and we were in the early beta stuff, it was so much easier because everybody was just getting it and learning it, and we had been playing it for a while, so I felt much better back then. But it's difficult. It's difficult,
I
but it's a
know.
fun game.
I like it though. I like how, because remember when we first, we had so much practice when the game dropped,
Yeah.
and we felt like we just couldn't lose. Now,
Yeah,
not the case,
now
man.
we-
It's a
we-
struggle.
It is.
We are
It really is a
on
struggle.
the struggle bus.
Yeah. Some other cool things that they're doing is they're adding 2 new game modes as well, which we haven't got to
yeah.
play these yet, and I'm excited about
Team
these.
deathmatch,
Yeah, so
man.
there's going to be a team deathmatch that's 6
Woo.
versus 6, and it's the first to
awesome.
20 kills. So I don't know how that's going to play out yet. First to 20 kills, how quick that'll go by.
Yeah.
But it's
And
6v6.
can you? And I don't know. Do you have the ability to bring in 6 people into a group beforehand? Like, could we bring 6 of like
I'm not
the
sure,
RR crew
yeah.
and like go play? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
I'm not
is
sure.
it 3 and you're joined with another 3 by chance?
Yeah, we haven't
oh,
played that. That is coming. That's the
I
team
know.
deathmatch. They're also doing a shootout, which is 6 versus 6 elimination in the Old West. First team to win 3 rounds wins that, which I think that's pretty cool because, I like Battle Royale, but I also am a big fan of deathmatch and stuff. I'm a big fan of games
me
like
too.
Contractors, Pavlov,
Yep.
Onward, that kind of stuff. So I think this will be pretty cool to see how that plays out instead of just the Battle Royale, even though I love the Battle
Right.
Royale. I mean, I really enjoy
just-
that in VR.
And I think,
but
let's see, the deathmatch is to 25, right? And then the other mode is last standing, but still 6v6. Is that what it is?
what are you talking about?
There's the second mode. I
The
forget what
shootout?
it's called now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Isn't
what I said.
that-
Shootout 6v6, but that's in the Old West town.
Oh, it's just in the Old West.
Yeah, that's
town.
what it says.
Okay.
Well, it says 6v6 elimination in the Old West. So I'm assuming that just means it's going to be this area. Like I said, we haven't played these
That's
two
true.
modes yet, so we don't know anything more about it than just what pops up when you're in the headset and it tells you a little bit
Right,
about
right.
it. So,
I bet
but I'm
it is.
excited
That's
to
probably
see that.
right.
Yeah.
That's probably true. Because
Yeah.
other than that, it'd be a long match with only,
Yeah, I
two
mean it's a
teams
big
and
map if it
6v6,
was
right.
if it was two teams. It'd be a big
Yeah.
pretty big map to do that.
Yeah,
So
for
I'm
sure.
guessing it's gonna be a
Yeah,
smaller
we do.
area like that. But
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see the solos, true solos. There were solos in the private
man.
lobby stuff, but I'm still waiting to see true solo mode. I don't know what they're
Yep.
gonna do with that, but yeah, I mean this is a
It's
big
got to be coming at point.
yeah, this is a big update. A bunch of new skins and cards and calling cards, all that stuff. A
Oh,
bunch of that
yeah.
kind of stuff. But yeah, I love the new Matador guns. I think they're pretty cool. I wasn't a big fan at first because I just wasn't doing good with them. But I started to get the
I
hang
only
of it a
had to
little
use
bit.
them. I only got to use them when I had to. When I dropped and got revived, and then it was the only thing there. And I'm out, ripping a guy as I'm flying and stuff. And they felt really good chasing
Yeah.
him, flying. But
The hard part is it
past
gets
that, I
tricky
haven't got to.
because you can't climb. Usually you have one gun in the hand and you can climb with
Right.
your other hand by pulling yourself up.
Well, true.
You got two guns, you can't climb. You also can't pull up your map because map is left
Right.
trigger. So I was doing that and I went to pull up my map and I pulled the trigger and I was like, oh crap, the gun went off. And I was like, what did I do?
that's
And then I was
good.
like, yeah, I mean it's a little bit,
handicap.
yeah, it's a little bit of a
Right?
handicap because they're
Yeah,
pretty,
for sure.
they're pretty beast mode. But it is cool to
Yep.
like fly in on somebody and shoot them
Oh,
as you're
so
going.
good.
It's
I
pretty
love
cool.
it, Yeah.
Yeah, ooh,
Yep,
that's a
that's
good
awesome.
point. Well, Vraza said, I hope we get a Henry rifle or something. That would be cool. And this kind of reloads similar, to
Sure.
what a Henry rifle would or whatever, but you're flipping it around. The animation is
That
really
would be
so.
cool though to reload like that. Oh, a real guy.
Yeah,
It's endless the amount of guns and stuff that they could put in here. It truthfully
Yeah,
is.
and Gaming Science
Crazy.
Teacher brings up a good point. You have to be careful adding too many game modes and splitting up the player base. And I think that's what they were worried about right when they
Right.
launched. They only wanted that one game
Well,
mode.
sure.
Rizzle Rock, I don't know how that's behind me. That should not be behind
Rizzle.
me.
Ah, it looks
But he
cool, though.
said VR press fund for Tony D. Tyler and Sean are running the campaign. Please donate.
Tony Digital for president. If you guys
That's
saw
right.
my poll going on in chat right now.
I didn't even see it. That's awesome.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and absolutely
Sorry.
are the only two things there.
Sorry,
That's
this
so
is the screw off show called Coffee and VR. Sorry.
That's good stuff.
man.
And
Anyways.
Anakaze said someone using the saloon model from Dead and Buried 2, which it is similar to that too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess I didn't think about
Sure.
that. It's been a while since I
Sure.
played that game. But
Dead
yeah.
and Buried, man, that's been a while.
Yeah,
I just
Dead and
wish
Buried 2.
when that game dropped originally, I wish it had like locomotion to the point where you could move like big maps and move like what they kind of did with the second one, but in the first one I felt like they really could have made a name for themselves.
Yeah, the second one was a
Really
lot
think
better.
so. Second one was a lot better. Yeah. for
Arthur
sure.
Knox said, okay, so can we get BMF RR versus F Reality? That'd be cool. So talking about maybe the team deathmatch in Population 1 or something like that, I'd be down. That'd be
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm always down to play some stuff like that. That'd be fun. So yeah,
I know,
we
man.
can make that happen. But
Yeah, we sadly we
thank
like
you for those
shooters
super
too much,
chats too.
man.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, seriously,
yeah,
guys.
yeah, we do. But I mean, that's the thing I like about Demeo so much is that the shooter games are
I
my
know.
bread and butter.
I
But to
know.
just be able to sit down and relax and play that game is, I love it. I
know,
can't
man.
wait to play it some more this weekend. So hopefully we.
I don't
can
think
get,
I don't think I've enjoyed sitting in a chair playing a VR game so much as that.
other than
Like,
maybe racing games, but that's a little bit different. That's
That's
sim racing
true.
stuff.
Right.
But that's
Good point.
It's different though. I
Right.
feel like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
quite a bit different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
Gosh, I don't know. Yep.
But yeah, I'm
Alright.
excited for this to come out. Check out the
Yeah.
Invitational tonight. That's 2 p.m.
That is cool.
Pacific time.
And only a couple days till season 2. So
yeah,
not too
May
far.
13th, I believe. So everybody
Yep.
will get to experience all of this, and they do this to work out a lot of bugs. In the beginning of the playtest, there was a lot of bugs. They've got a lot of those kinks worked out. I think they pretty much have everything working right now how it should. So that's the reason they kind of have a gap, a little bit between season 1 and season 2 and
Right.
why they do play testing and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's good. So I'm happy
Just
for that.
I'm just gonna say, Main Fan, Main Fan's got it on point. I would take that any day.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm much better at games like Contractors and stuff than I am Population 1. And I like to play both, but it's so
come
hard to
on.
go back and forth because,
Come
with
on, man. We're a
Population
real
1,
team.
I
How
know.
long have we been playing together?
I
Come
know,
on,
but
dude.
Population
Like,
1, like I still have trouble with the whole leading stuff. How you have to actually shoot in front of who you're trying to shoot and stuff. You know, I like the 1-to-1 scale with, you know, contractors. You know, headshots are like boom, you know, they're right on and stuff. I get it. And it's so hard to go back and forth. Like, but I love Population 1 though. It's still one of my most favorite. But I'm down. Let's make some stuff happen.
Bring anybody our way. We will take on any challenge. We're not afraid.
So talking about, you know, major multiplayer games that are super popular. I don't know how to say this, but Larcenauts, is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I pronounce it, I guess. Yeah.
So this is an upcoming game that is going to be a multiplayer only game as far as I can tell. Looks extremely good from the trailer, but we're getting a lot of these kind of games. You know, to me, like a VR game, it kind of reminds me of is like Grapple Tournament and stuff, which is an awesome game because it has grapple. It seems like each one of the characters also have a special move. Yeah, like they have some special abilities. Yeah, but this is from the developer of Farpoint. So no joke, you know, in a VR developer.
Mechanics wise, and exactly.
Yeah, so I expect this to be really good. And there's the grapple tournament kind of move, like where you're.
It does look fun. I do feel like you're right. I mean, to the point where, you know, everyone's just throwing all these ingredients at games that like work, you know?
Right.
And I mean, I think it's a good thing. I think it's great. I mean, because it doesn't take but that secret, you know, combination of things to be an epic game. So, I mean, that's what we need. And this looks fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of having different, you know, players that have different abilities and stuff in the game. So you don't always know what's coming at you, right? Like you go up against somebody, and yes, once you learn the characters and stuff, you're going to know. But, you know, it's still up in the air. I think it's awesome.
I have to imagine they'll probably add different ones too as they go. You know, as the game is out for a while, I would think they would probably add some different classes and stuff like character classes. So
Sparhawk said what I was talking about earlier. It looks like Overwatch, and that's what I was saying too. That it does. It looks
feel like
a lot like
it's
that.
a bunch of those kind of games, all kind of smashed into one. You know, they took elements from all of these real popular games, you know, flat games, and kind of put it into their own spin in a VR game, which is cool. I mean, it's awesome. Like Valorant, you know, Overwatch. There's like all these games that kind of, you know, are mashed into one. But the weird part about this is that this is Coffee. Looking forward to 10K subs for Tyler's Beard. Yes.
No,
I don't know who that is.
On,
it just says new
Fresh
supporter.
shave,
and anonymous.
Shave.
Thank you for that coffee.
Sadly, it's looks like that's coming faster than I would have predicted. So
well, hopefully
I don't
it
even want to think about it, man. I'm just gonna
Michael
ignore
Fedler.
it. That number's gonna go away.
Love you guys, but not as much as Tony.
Right? Exactly, man.
Thank you for that $5
That's
super
insane.
chat.
No, dude, honestly, $5 is huge, man.
Yeah,
we tell you guys,
totally
spend it
appreciate
on games, man, not us, dude. Come on. Like, we seriously just love it. Love doing this, man.
And
like,
we try to put it back into giving away some codes and stuff too. We throw stuff up all the time on here. But
and as well, like what we've always said since day one, you know, when we did this and there were 3 people watching, we just wanted to give like developers a spotlight, right? That like, especially the small indie stuff too, that doesn't get, you know, the looks and the views on stuff, because those are the things that make, you know, a great game and progress VR are those things that people push.
The indie devs
you know what I mean?
is what has kept VR alive through all of this. That's what has kept VR alive.
Pushed locomotion, the ones that wanted to do these things that were outside the box that people were scared to, you know, these big companies.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. Rizzle
I've
Rock.
said that since day one, man.
Rizzle Rock, another super chat
cheers,
said
man.
Tyler's beard comb fun. Thank you for that.
This is gonna happen, isn't it?
I hope so. Man, I hope so. I wouldn't feel right about life if it
Please
didn't happen.
uncheck that subscribe thing down below so we don't hit that freaking number.
Oh man. So the weird part about Larcenauts though is that, you know, being from the developer of Farpoint, this has only been confirmed for Quest and PC VR, no PSVR, where Farpoint was PSVR only. So I don't know what happened.
That? Headset sales or
maybe? Yeah, I don't know exactly. I don't know if we know exactly the reason, but
I mean, do we have developers pushing more towards Quest stuff now? I don't.
Oh, for sure, because of the sales and the amount of money you can make on Quest, I think. But
I know, but I don't know. And it's not like, you know, Oculus invested in it because
maybe
it's still
they did.
on
I don't know.
Steam.
Yeah, maybe they did though, but I don't know. I haven't heard
Steam
anything
still.
about that. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure, but. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
knows?
this is going to look good, though. And there's still going to be more info coming out about this. Upload is doing like a schedule for upload access, they're calling it. So May 11th is map, class spotlight. May 13th, multiplayer match gameplay. May 18th, live developer interview, stat rundown. So they're doing a bunch of stuff progressively to find out more information about this. So, and I don't think we have a release date yet or a window.
Well, Veraza said that was him with the coffees. So
Oh,
cheers,
nice,
man.
nice. Thank
Cheers,
you.
man.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't say who it is, so I don't know if you have to check that you want it to show.
There's like a blank, I think, you have to fill out that says
Yeah.
like the name, or check it maybe. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, this is essentially like a capture the flag kind of mode is what they're showing, at least in this, carrying the ball or whatever it is that you have to get to. And I don't know if that's going to be the only game mode or what. I don't know.
That my guess is it probably is. I
Yeah.
mean, being that it's that featured, in it, but maybe it was their way of just showing off the characters, how they're bouncing through it and stuff. Could be too,
possibly.
but yeah.
I like
Either
it,
way,
though.
I think it's
I'm
awesome.
excited.
Yeah. I love it.
It's just hard to keep up with all these multiplayer games because I feel like to be really, really good at one of these games, you have to play it all the time. So to be able to play all of them and bounce back and forth, at least for me, maybe it's just because I'm getting old, I just don't feel like I can be as good at all of these games as if I just focus on one, right?
No, VR has no age. There's no age inside of VR, man.
I don't know.
I don't want to.
I feel like when I was younger, I could have been good at all of these games. Now I'm like, I got to focus on one, or I'm just like, okay. You know what I mean?
On your pimping.
Oh man, it's tough. Yeah. It's tough.
Nope.
But yeah,
the throwing of the ball. Do you remember back in Halo, we would always play capture the flag. You could throw the flag, so you could go to an edge and toss it down or drop it to somebody, and then they could grab it and run farther or something. That's what it reminds me when they're throwing the ball.
Almost like a football element inside this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I was excited to see this one pop up.
Glitch Fandango in chat says it has deathmatch as well.
Oh,
Sweet.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
good
to
know.
Stuff.
That is. That's dope. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
so talking about a little bit of hardware here. The VR Power 2. They're pushing this out. I've seen this a couple places. This is their newest rendition of the VR Power Bank, which is, I have this one here, the original. The main thing, it's a different color. It's got a little bit different strap for the Quest 2. Even the strap looks the same. They're acting like it's majorly different, but I don't really, because they're saying, well, this one's 10,000 milliamps. You get 8 to 10 hours gameplay, but so is this one.
Right.
This one's 10,000 milliamps too.
Exactly.
And you get around 8 hours or so with it.
I don't know either.
I don't know. So it seems like it's pretty similar. But Susan Cottrell just sent another $50 super chat essentially. So thank you.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Susan, seriously, holy crap, man! You guys are gonna make me blush here.
Seriously, that is crazy. Thank you. Seriously, we appreciate that so much.
You
we
guys
really
are insane, man. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Didn't even have a comment. Just threw the super chat.
I know. It doesn't matter. You guys are freaking awesome.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
You guys are amazing.
Super cool.
Probably trying to convince me to buy the Yaw, huh?
Oh yeah, you still haven't ordered that. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We can't talk about that every week. But I'm still excited about that. I can't stand not talking about it. But
I know.
Yeah. So essentially, this thing seems pretty similar to what that one is. It's just white. They say it's got the button to show how charged it is. This one does too. It's got the 2 rings. So
yeah.
If you have the original power bank, I don't know that it's worth upgrading to the VR Power 2. If you don't have one, then great. I think it's a great power bank. It really does give you way more playtime. Definitely a counterbalance. I still think it's a little bit heavy for my likings, but I like it. I still really like the Nirvana one. Well, I dropped that off there, but
yeah. Actually, you're right. It seems
I still like that a lot.
It's not as bulky. I feel like either. I don't know. It just doesn't seem. I don't know. I don't know. To each his own. Everyone likes what they like.
Yeah, it's a great power bank. It really is. I've used it quite a bit. And it gives you a ton of battery life. I still use the Elite strap all the time, the Elite battery strap. Luckily, mine hasn't broken yet, but it doesn't give me enough gameplay. Even when we were playing Demeo the other night, I had my headset, the rear power bank, and they were both dying. So I actually plugged in my link cable into the wall and ran it into my head. That way we could keep playing, because Demeo will kill some batteries if you don't beat it right away. If you're struggling, that thing, that thing will kill. As well as Pop 1. That happens all the time. I'm playing Population 1. I end up plugging it into the wall because with that Elite battery strap, I do wish you could get more out of it. Most people probably don't play 8 to 10 hours straight of VR, but we have had some sessions that were way too long, that's for sure. And sometimes, the built-in battery and even the Elite strap just isn't always enough. So, it's a great option, and it does match the Quest 2 better. So,
yeah. So we're getting votes for Susan Cottrell to be First Lady or Vice President now in chat.
Awesome.
After Tony Digital.
How do all this presidential stuff? Is that because we had Eric for president on? Is that how all the presidential stuff started? Yep. I don't even know what's going on.
President for today. Yeah, right. Daily president.
That's awesome. I didn't even know that was.
I know. Sorry, I just I'm screwing around over here with chat. Just leave me alone. Oh man.
So let me see here. Do you want to get into some VR Arena stuff, or do you want to get into some Zero Caliber stuff?
Let's do Zero Caliber because it's awesome. Like I'm still mad. I'm still mad though. I'm still mad about Zero Caliber, dude. Like,
yeah, we'll talk about that. Arthur Knox, another super chat, $5 super chat, says, I'm going to keep pushing this until Dr. Beef and crew do it. Tenchu Stealth Assassin VR port, please. That's not the first time he said that. I know he's mentioned that before in there. No, that's for sure. I hope that happens.
To think back, like the ports that could be done on certain games and stuff.
And I'm glad to see we're getting some, and I think there's many, many, many more that would be excellent in VR, but that's
Oregon Trail. Why don't we have Oregon Trail yet?
Interesting. I was just trying to think of how that would work in VR because I really liked that game as a kid. Work. I mean, it could be redone. It could be redone, and it could be made cool. I really think
it could be like you're sitting on old school PC or something, and then all of a sudden you're in a freaking wagon, going down the trail. No, sorry. There's something else in my coffee, I think, today.
Did he send another one? Goodness, he sent another one. Vice President should be Wolf Razas.
Man, Susan for First Lady or Vice President? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think she deserves Vice President.
That's between them. I don't know. I'm not gonna sign her up for First Lady. You know what I mean? Sorry. This is a weird conversation.
I know. So Zero Caliber, right? I mean, I am mad at the fact we still don't have like a true deathmatch multiplayer for this on PC because that could be epic, man. Yeah. I love the attachments with the guns. I love everything about the game. I just want that in there, and it would just they kill it for me.
Supposedly, they've been working on that. I know they say it's coming. I don't know.
I know
when that will be or if it'll ever for sure happen, but the gameplay itself is awesome. I mean, and the cool thing about this is that you can do co-op. So you can, I think it's 4-player co-op.
4-player.
And you can do these missions, reminiscent of Call of Duty games, the actual, missions kind of style that you would do.
Absolutely, yeah.
Where a lot of the other first-person shooters don't have this kind of stuff, the missions and all the attachments. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that this game does that the other shooters don't do, which is very well. And what we're talking about here, basically, is the Quest build, because the PC version has been out. The Quest build is coming soon. And it's we've been playing it. I played it quite a bit last night, and you can see in the video here I'm actually using a gun stock with it, which actually works really well. This is the Mammut Apto gun stock. No gun stock calibration like Contractors, but it does work well, and I had some success using the gun stock in this, and I really liked it. Marcus Shane sent in super chat. I don't know 200. I don't know what symbol that is. Do you know what symbol that is? Is that yen or something?
Isn't it?
Yen? Yeah. Okay. Hey guys, quick question. I've been getting very into VR lately. What are some underrated games that you love that I might not have checked out yet? Holy crap, there's a ton of really good VR games. One of them, what was the space one that we talked about a couple weeks ago? That's an underrated game that people don't talk about enough. What is that?
Sorry, I'm trying to do the calculation.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how much
yen
that is.
That's a lot.
I have no idea what that is, to be honest.
I think that's 180.
Is it?
I'm confused because
I don't know. Maybe he can tell us. Maybe he can tell us because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Do you know what game I'm talking about?
Crap. Okay, so back to what now?
Okay, the co-op game, space game. Oh, I'm trying to find it. So he asked about underrated games.
From Other Suns?
Yeah, From Other Suns. That was one. Dude. That is a super underrated game, especially if you like co-op games. We love that game. We talked about it recently.
You have to play with a friend. Yeah, it's not as good by yourself, but if you have somebody you want to play with, even one other person, it's awesome. And it's some strategy in it too on like how you move your ship across the solar system, and then boarding ships with friends, defending your ship, when to fire on other ships. Like, super cool game, very underrated.
That's probably one of my highest recommended games for people, because I don't ever hear anybody talk about that except for us, and it's older. It came out in like 2017, I think. Excellent game though, especially if you like to play with friends and stuff. And then there's other people in chat talking Elite Dangerous, Rush, Warplanes, a lot of stuff on App Lab, and Side Quest. Warplanes is one of them. So Diz the Game Cat said From Other Suns is hard as balls but fun. So that's it can be difficult. Diz the Game Cat talking about From Other Suns. He said it's hard as balls but fun. It is difficult to get back to Earth. It is difficult, but it is a ton of fun. So what did you say? That's rupees, not yen, or something?
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the.
We appreciate that though. I don't know how much it is, but we totally appreciate it.
But Chris said it's a yellow one, so the colors dignify too how long they stay up there and stuff for too.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Either way, man, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
awesome.
Cheers.
So back into Zero Caliber a little bit. If you watch the beginning of the clip here that popped up, we got a little distracted. But one of the cool things about this is that it actually has collisions with stuff. So a lot of games, you know, when you play, your gun or whatever goes into the wall if you get too close. You know, it just kind of clips through stuff. With this, it doesn't do that. Like you can hit your gun on stuff, which sometimes feels a little weird if you're not paying attention, which is realistic because if you're, you know, playing airsoft or something like that, where you're actually holding a weapon and that weapon gets too close to the box, it's gonna hit the box. You know, it's a more realistic way of playing, but you don't have the same kind of feeling that you have.
I think it keeps you mentally from wanting to let your gun hit things. Not as much like, you know what I mean? Like more of that realism is like, oh, I need to put my gun down to go around this.
Yeah, like a low ready
just
position.
let it go through it.
Yeah, and it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you get good at it, you can actually rest your gun on objects to steady it. You know, I'm using a gun stock, but even still, you can rest it on a box to kind of steady the gun, especially if you're into sniping and stuff like that. You know, zoomed scope stuff that can help a lot. So I think that is one thing this game does that, you know, other games don't do that makes it kind of stand
for me,
out.
The biggest thing is the attachments.
Yeah,
I think any like sim shooter, you need attachments to be in this day and age, because to physically, you know, have those on your gun and change them out and stuff is huge. I mean, that's what I love so much about this game. Like the original PC version is just to go into that gun room and grab stuff, put them on the guns and stuff, look through them. Like, this feels good. This is the gun I want to use.
On the fly.
You know?
It's not a setting that you have to go into and select what attachments you want. You can do it that
grab
way.
Them off the wall,
but even when you start
on,
in a new mission, a lot of times there's different attachments, different guns sitting there. You can physically grab the you know, the red dot or whatever and pull it off of there and snap another one on. The foregrip, all that stuff, which they did a very good job with the way that that breaks down. So,
and I think that is my probably favorite part about it. Like, really, really is.
Huh, they're actually popping up in here before they're coming over here. Now I'm confused. So I was like, where is this? So Arthur Knox again said, oh, because of the new D&D game, board game, can be port. So I'm going to push for Monopoly in VR. How much time would you lose? I'm down for that too. I mean, the thing about these kind of games is it's great for distance gaps. You know what I mean? People that are far away that you can't play these games with physically in person. You can sit down and play these games like Demeo and you feel like you're hanging out with that person and it's a bonding experience. You get to play a game. I am totally down for Monopoly in VR. I would totally play that.
Yep. Demeo 100% changed my mind about board games in VR.
I still want Uno.
100%.
I've been preaching Uno, card game Uno forever in VR.
Okay, that's
I still
not
want
even
that.
a board game. Let's not go.
I know it's not
Uno.
a board game, but I still want it. I still want it.
Look, you and Justin Timberlake can go play Uno and stuff in your VR.
Hit me up, Justin. Hit me up. I'm down. I'll play Uno with Justin Timberlake all day, and he can sing to me while we play. It'd be great.
No, sir.
Oh man. Anyway, sorry.
Right.
So, we keep getting off track.
If you watch the show long enough, you would maybe get some of those.
A lot of people know already. Yeah, a lot of people know. They know my obsession with Justin Timberlake. I'm a big fan. Big fan. Maybe we'll get him on the show someday. But so you can see in Zero Caliber, they do also have the climbing elements and stuff like that. Another thing that is cool that a lot of people, and I don't notice this as much, but a lot of people in these kind of games really want a button crouch, you know, because for some people that have bad knees and stuff, you know, I think PD talks about that. I usually physically crouch, but this one does have an actual button crouch or physical crouch. Yeah, you pull down on the stick, not push it in, but pull down. That is a crouch. It also has jump. You push up on the stick and you have the ability to jump. I love the ability to jump in VR.
And the climbing, the grabbing, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I love
you can climb stuff.
That.
Yep.
I still put my arms out when I fall from something.
I do too. It's a bad habit from Population 1.
Phil Collins, I saw it. Phil Collins and Justin, JT, and Phil are coming on.
Oh yeah, I'm down. So here's the breakdown of some of the main features of Zero Caliber Reloaded. Single player up to 4-player co-op campaign, progressive system. So you do have to unlock weapons and stuff like that as you play, similar to like a Call of Duty style. Real-time weapon customization, which we talked about that. That's, you know, taking off attachments, putting new ones on the fly. There's also melee, which I forgot to mention that. You can actually melee these guys, which sometimes it's hard to get close enough to them because you're getting shot a bunch, but you can physically hit them with the guns, which is an awesome feature. You know what I mean? That's something that I think needs to be added into more games. Akimbo, you can reload while dual wielding weapons. So you can use the weapons kind of on each other to reload if you're having pistols, stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
It is cumbersome to put stuff away when you're, you know, doing all that.
It can be. Yeah. There's also, like we talked about, the climbing, jumping, crouching mechanics. shooting range in the lobby, removing grenade safety pins with your virtual teeth. I have not tried that, actually. I need to try that. So you can physically put the grenade to your mouth and pull the pin out.
And rip it. Yeah.
And when I play this, I totally forgot that was even possible. I don't even think about doing that because that's just not something I'm used to. When I throw a grenade, I'm used to pulling the pin out. So this game does some things that is definitely different from the other shooters out there. And the only thing right now that it doesn't have that some of them have is the PvP. And I still hope that's coming. I did ask him what the plans are for that. I haven't heard back yet from the main guy for this. But also in-game voice chat co-op. You can mute yourself by pressing trigger on your wrist, mic button, or others on the scoreboard. Friend invite system, dedicated servers, 3 regions, EU, NA, SEA. So it's a good game. The sound is good in the game. It's not like, the missions and stuff aren't super in depth, but there's still some things you have to do sometimes, like hold off an area. You have to get to like a power supply to shut it down. There's some different mechanics in it, but in co-op, this is where this really shines. And, I didn't have anybody that was on last night because the game isn't out yet. So I hit Tyler up. He couldn't play last night. So I jumped in by myself for a little while, but it is more fun in co-op if you ask me. And
I got to play some of it. And somebody just asked, does it look good?
It does. It's Questified. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as the PC build, obviously. This is Quest footage that you're watching right here, though. So this is recorded on the Quest. And somebody asked what this is. This is Zero Caliber Reloaded. This is the Quest build that is coming out here pretty soon.
It plays really well, though. It actually plays better than I thought, only because when Zero Caliber first came out, there was a lot of issues with certain textures or things stuttering or, not working correctly. And this was flawless for me. So
it works really well. The things that I noticed that make me realize how Questified it is like the smoke and the explosions. Yeah, like the textures on those, like when you shoot a barrel and stuff like that and it blows up. It's definitely not a PC build when it comes to that. Yeah, it's trade-offs, but it plays great. It really does. It's a fun game to have on the Quest. I'm a big fan of shooters anyway, so take that for what it is. I like these kind of games. So,
Paul P. Jr. asked, "What game is this?" This is Zero Caliber.
I saw that Zero Caliber Reloaded.
It's
the Quest.
Reloaded, the Quest version. So this is Quest. PC's, basically the same game-ish, but better textures and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty similar to the PC build.
Pretty similar.
Person did mention pulling a pin out with your teeth in real life doesn't really work. So that's good to know. I've never pulled a grenade pin with my teeth in real life. I've never done that. So I can't say that I've tried it. I don't think that I would, but maybe if I was like hardcore Rambo or something, I
got about 4 smoke grenades in the garage. We could go try some of those.
Yeah,
those probably would. Those were.
I got some airsoft grenades. I could try with that.
That's true.
Right. I got the those CO2 ones that actually like physically blow up. They're loud as crap too, but they have real pins. I could try it. I'm down for trying. I'll probably lose a tooth. Right. Zero Caliber crossbuy. I am not sure on that, to be honest.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm trying to see if he mentioned anything when I was talking to him. I can find out, but I don't know. I'm not sure. If somebody knows for sure in chat, you can feel free to throw that in there. But I'm not real positive on that.
Yep. And you were using the Mammoet Aptos Stealth, right? The new one. Which I know. I haven't assembled mine yet. I haven't assembled it yet.
There's that bundle. Oh, you got the Mammoet hat on. I didn't realize you had the hat on there. But if you buy the bundle, you actually save some money. You get a sling. You get the grips 3, which are right here, which are my favorite grips. You get the magnet mounts. You get everything. It's not cheap, but it's cheaper than buying everything separate, and it's a good way. It's like the ultimate Quest 2 bundle, I think they call it, which is a great way to do it. I'm a big fan of the gun stock. I do hope that they add a gun stock calibration. I've asked them about that. I haven't heard anything official back yet. That is the one thing that I love about Contractors, that gun stock calibration, because it just makes your gun stock be like perfect 1-to-1 with the guns, different guns you can set it up with. But it worked really well in this too. It didn't feel too off when I was playing. I was playing with M16, M4 style gun. It felt on to me. I would have tweaked it a little bit if I had a gun stock calibration, but it felt pretty good. So
I love it. And I don't know what in these mil sims and stuff. I like Pop 1. Don't use it. I can't use it in Pop 1.
I can't.
But this kind of stuff,
I've tried.
I have to.
Some people use a half stock.
Different realism for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the way it feels. Just actually holding that gun and you feel it up against your shoulder and stuff. I'm a big fan.
And actually, well, Raza makes a good point. I love my Mammut grips. Like that alone itself is like, oh
yeah,
man,
these stay on
I
here
don't
all
know
the
either.
time. These are on here all the time. And then when
Me
I
too.
use my gun stock, I already have the magnet on the bottom. I just pop. I mean, it's ready to go. So
And if you have like a metal desk or metal frame desk or something, which is really cool
I was
trick, you
playing
can stick them to
Demeo.
the side of the desk.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
can
awesome.
like, you can't see it, but yeah, like almost like a in like flight
awesome.
sims, you could stick it on this chair that I have because it's got metal arms, and you could actually use it as like a flight stick. So that's pretty cool. But and somebody said, Paul P said you can use virtual desktop or AirLink and get it on Steam. You can do that as well if you have a gaming PC. I've actually been having very good luck with AirLink now. AirLink seems to be working even better for me than it did before. But I did get a Wi-Fi 6 router. That might be helping better performance as well. But I mean, I always had good performance before, but now it's like really good.
I don't think it's the 6 that's necessary. It's just the high pass through speed. So I already I had a great Nighthawk 2400 AC, and it's been great. I mean, the speeds through it are incredible. So I haven't had a need to upgrade to a 6 yet. I did put a 6 card inside my PC, so I'm ready. But
I got mine for free because through my provider, they sent me their latest, greatest.
That's crazy that they're sending that out already, though, too.
I mean, it works really well. So when we were playing Demeo the other night, I was actually playing that on Steam, and I was using AirLink to play that. It worked great. I never even saw any kind of hitches or anything when I was playing. I mean, it's probably a little bit easier to for that game maybe than some others, but man, it worked really good. Virtual desktop though still works amazing too, which the 120 hertz, all the stuff you can do on there, honestly, all the tweaking.
Virtual desktop for me, the best part is just like the environments in the rooms and the switching back and forth ease, and I love it. I love all of that. So,
that is super cool. So we will have some. We are going to be doing some giveaway codes for Zero Caliber Reloaded as well. We can't do those yet because the game isn't out yet. So once the game releases, we will be doing some code giveaways for that. So definitely keep an eye out for that, and sign up for the Demeo code down in the description and the Oculus Quest 2.
Yes. All right. Moving on. Can we?
Let's talk about what you are so excited about.
Okay.
We were talking about this morning, all about this, and we were super excited.
Yes. South Memphis. Super chat.
What does that say? What is his little incredible? His little animation says incredible. Thank you for that.
Cheers.
That's so awesome.
Cheers to that.
Thank you.
$5, man. You guys, honestly, games, man.
South Memphis always coming through with some super chats. So really appreciate it. So what Tyler and me were talking about this morning that we are super excited about is VR arena style, right?
Like, okay, so yes, there's been arena stuff out there, right?
We saw it at Oculus Connect. That was the main one when they did it at Oculus Connect when the Quest first came out. Nathy and all them guys there got to try that. Reality Check VR got to try it. There was a bunch of people, and they were just blown away by it. But there was never really a way to actually do it in your own home, in your own space, in your own garage, basement, outside, whatever you want to do. But there is now. There now is.
There is. So this has been out. This has been in the works. They have been working with arcades. They have their own arcade place you can go to play this. And, right now working, they have 4v4. You can do this locally. They have released this now to SideQuest for people to download. And I was, a little questionable shock. I'm like, okay, is this a demo? Is this like a get in, see if it works kind of thing? Or are they just, providing a direct link for it for ease of access? Excuse me. And they are. And that is what this is about. But it is free. This is the full game free. And when I say game, I mean, you can literally probably play this outside at your place. You could play this in your basement. You could play this in your garage. You can set up custom map sizes to fit whatever space you have,
and you can put physical objects. So you can put a box, boxes in the middle, and you can map those inside of the game, so they're physically there, so you can physically feel those objects that you see inside the headset. I mean, this is something that we've been wanting for a long time. There's nothing that could ever compare to this immersion-wise. I don't think. When you're physically moving all around, you're not using stick locomotion. You're physically running around. You're physically crouching behind a box that you see rendered in the game that is physically in your space as well. If you want to do that, you don't have to. I mean, you can put objects in there and not have physical objects. But man, this is just mind-blowing stuff.
Well, Raza in chat says this would be fun, expensive, unless you know someone with a large cleared out area. But the only things required for it are just space This is free to download. The software is free to use right now.
Somebody probably knows somebody with some space, or even if you do it outside, a
do
cloudy
it outside.
kind of day. You obviously, watch the lenses around the sun. That's what everybody's worried about. Don't mess with that. But
the only things you do need for it are a PC, laptop, whichever, and a fast enough router to handle all the bandwidth. And you could have 1v1. You can have 4v4. I just think it would be incredible to run without boundaries.
Yeah.
To move around in a space, I think it would freak me out at first.
Oh, me too.
I think I would be scared I was going to go through something. I think I would be timid. But, after I would do it long enough, that confidence would be, there instantly, man.
And you don't really have to worry about running into anything, because if you have your space set up properly, you're never going to run into anything. You're never going to run outside of the space that you're actually playing in. This is next level stuff. And this is,
man.
I wanted to do this so bad when I was watching the videos from Oculus Connect when they did something similar to this, in their arena scale where they had all that set up. And I think they were doing Dead and Buried. Man, it was just so cool looking. And even, Reality Check VR, when he did the laptop with the Rift S on the beach, and he was playing, what's that sword game? I can't think of it now. But anyways, he was playing that, running around. He was running all around the beach, and it's just like, man, that's got to be such a cool feeling. I've never got to experience this before, actually physically running around in VR.
Sure.
So cool.
Arthur Knox, super chat.
Another one. I don't even know how many that is.
Okay, this might throw you off, but Tyler, have you in the flight sim ever fly an electric plane? Just curious. So do you mean like FPV flying stuff? Or because I have done, that.
Yeah. Or you mean like playing a VR sim, flying an electric airplane? I don't know about that.
An electric, like an RC plane? Because I have done some RC stuff in VR. I've done FPV stuff with drones and planes. I'm trying to think.
Blade and Sorcery. That's the one I was thinking of. That's what Caleb was doing, was Blade and Sorcery. Yeah, so I don't know. This is something we are going to do. Me and Tyler aren't physically in the same place. We're about 500 miles apart, but we have plans to set this up. We have access to a couple different locations that are pretty big that we could try this out on. I have a gaming laptop that we should be able to.
Us,
between us, we have about 6 quests between the Quest 1 and the Quest 2. And that's not including the giveaway quest that hasn't even been opened yet. That's not including that one.
Or reaching out to friends. So
yeah, we have too many. So
that's what somebody said. Community center has a gymnasium. exactly. That was my thought too. Who doesn't have a gym, or maybe a school that would let you in their gym, or a church, or anywhere that would let you go?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would, even without renting. I think there's YMCA's, right? I mean, there's plenty of places.
There's got to be somewhere you have access to, and even if it's not a huge area, I don't know. Do you know what the smallest size this will go down to? I'm
very
not
small.
sure. Will it go very small?
So it'll go down to, I forget, like 6 by 6 meters or something, like a room, basically a room. But do you have the image in that I sent you? Because this is, I forget which size this is, but this is just an example of like what it looks like on the PC side when you're hosting. And the cool part is when people are playing, you can actually watch them and zoom in and stuff on the map and see what's going on.
You could like sportscaster it, right?
Yeah, and see the scores and stuff. So like how cool would that be to like even stream something and like see what's going on, have like invitationals or like, I don't know, man. I'm 100% sold on this. I love it in every aspect, and think that this will be some type of future.
Yeah, I think so too.
I do, man. At least of a local. It'd be hard to do with multiple people because you would have to have the same room size. You know what I mean? So
you mean not local?
To do that, right.
Yeah,
so to do it across, network side, and I'm sure it could be done, but you would have to have like a set 10 by 10 area to all play in or something.
Yeah.
But it would still be awesome for esports. Chris said in chat.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
100%.
That would be so much better for esports. I think even to watch, it would be so much more fun to watch even. Like, I feel like this could be.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this is like.
I know.
I mean, we played Airsoft back in the day. We used to really like Airsoft. This is essentially
CQB, dude.
doing
we
the
did
same
CQB
thing.
Stuff.
Yeah,
this
it's the same
looks
thing.
100% like CQB places we would go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy, man.
He said, Arthur Knox, another super chat, said VR sim, but a full passenger size plane. They have full passenger size planes that are electric? I don't know.
I don't know about electric.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But the answer is probably no. You've probably never
planes,
you've probably never done an electric full size plane.
MD-83. Oof. Oh, dude, the coolest thing is that's all I used to fly was like the MD-83 and an X-plane. And then I actually flew on one. And it was sick because I waited to get off the plane at the end, and I asked the pilot, I'm like, hey, could you let me take a picture and stuff? And I had a 360 camera. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I stuck it in there on a stick, and he was like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, he's gonna stop me, right? He's not gonna let me take a picture. And I'm like, oh, it's a 360 camera and stuff. He's like, oh, you want to sit in the seat and I'll take your picture? And I'm like, heck yes, I want to sit in the seat.
Right?
You know
Why
I mean?
not?
So he let me up there, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So this has me excited. I can't wait to play this.
Dude,
we need to get together here pretty soon and make this happen for sure. Because
the links are in the description. They are working on some things. Like the hands right now are twisted a little. So he said the issue was in the VR arcade stuff. People were smacking controllers if they weren't. So he said that is a fix coming. So they are going to address that.
Yeah.
But past that, man, this I can't wait. I can't wait to play this with you in a physical space like this. I'm just 100% over the moon about this, man.
I seriously want to try this so bad. Like I've been ever since, watching some of that stuff at Connect and all that stuff. I've never quite fully got this out of my mind about how much I want to experience something like this. You know what I mean? Because you can stand in place and play a VR game using stick locomotion and stuff, and it's great. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But there's just something else about being able to physically move around, physically run around. That I don't even know how your brain determines that you're not actually in that space doing those things, because there's not much disconnect. There's not much disconnect anymore when you're physically moving around that space.
You wouldn't know what was real and what wasn't. So like if you had real objects, like let's even a couch and you put something around it, you would be afraid that something that wasn't even something would be an object because you wouldn't know which was which. Like it's just a mind
it's awesome.
Somebody said could you imagine watching esports and seeing the map when players running around superimposed? Yeah. Dude, I would love to watch, put up a big screen TV, show this on it of the people playing that are over there. And everyone else, you look at them, like, oh, they're just running around like a bunch of idiots. And then you see this and you're like, well, that's why they're jumping and diving and ducking behind things. You know?
We might have to get some slimmer, lighter, better form-fitting headsets for all the jumping and diving. I'm sure some
paintball
headsets
buildings,
could be
exactly. Oh, dude, it's perfect. You could have like an existing CQB paintball place and map it out just like this. Yeah. But then you would have it would be a different world. You could be in a jungle, or you could be anywhere. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just be what you're playing.
You can build it. Yeah, you can do anything. It's endless.
I can't wait for the future for what we have coming for VR. And this is it. This is what's coming for
sure.
And it still brings people together too. I don't know, man. It's still like action. So you're not just being lazy, sitting, playing a game on a couch. You're still doing things. You're living in something else that's not actually there. So it takes you out. Everything about it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Watch that all day. Yeah, like a real esports broadcast.
They could do it. A professional broadcast could look so amazing using some of this kind of technology for sure. It'd be
100%.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Oh, damn, man.
There is a sport mode Quest code up there too. I'm gonna pull that down. Hopefully somebody got that. Great game on the Quest. That's on App Lab. But the future of VR, it's not dead. It's not dying. It's constantly growing. It's constantly evolving. So
do you think this will become big, like mainstream-ish? I think it'll be big. I think it's going to be hard to be mainstream because of the space required, right? To do something
but
like
this.
But
for esports, I think it has a ton of potential. But then again,
I do too.
How do you practice? You know what I mean? If you don't have a space like this at home, practice wise, that's a total different, gameplay, actually physically running around and the physical requirements that takes compared to using sticks. So I don't know. And I often wondered if Oculus would ever do anything official like this, like they did at Oculus Connect. But I have a feeling that, insurance reasons and like liability stuff, that they're probably a little bit scared of that, but they messed around with it. So they know it's possible. They've probably even done more amazing things in their labs, using that technology. So maybe someday Oculus might do something official, or maybe one of these other companies, but it's just hard because how do you make this go mainstream consumer? I feel like for arcades and for Oculus Connect stuff, I could see them doing some really cool stuff with this, but consumer wise, it can be difficult.
I think it could be easily done if it was both, right? So if you could use it in the real world and use it with, just single motion standing, you know what I mean? Like you would any other shooter, and combining the two, being able to do both, right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you?
Yeah, you could. It would be, I don't know. So South Memphis someone's gonna map the top of a skyscraper. Thank you for that super chat again. Yeah, I mean, there's so much cool stuff. Like I think of Richie's Plank experience, and being able to just walk on that board. Right. Just that is probably the closest thing I've come to actually physically moving in VR. And when you're standing on that board and you're physically walking on that board, you're not using a stick locomotion. That's why that works so well, because it really tricks your brain that you're physically walking, you're feeling a board under your feet, and you're really high up as far as your brain knows. You know what I mean? That's why it works so well. And that's just this is that on a much bigger scale, essentially. Yeah. And I love Richie's Plank experience. It's like one of the greatest things to put people in. I need like a dedicated board that I just keep in the VR room for when people come over. I actually should do that and like make one, stain it up nice, hang it on the wall or something, pop it down so people can walk on it.
The other cool thing is this would take away any VR sickness, I would think.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because you're not moving a stick to move.
It's not artificial.
To it.
Yeah.
It's replacing your world with something totally different. And that's just what's crazy to me, man. I know.
Yeah, and James said, "What happened to Arena Pirate Trainer or whatever it was called?" I think that is what it was called. I don't know. Yeah. That should still be in the works. Well, that was Space Pirate Trainer, the same devs. Yeah, they put out a video. That as far as I know, they're still working on that. So that could be another thing that we get. You know, and again, is that going to be something that Oculus is going to let officially on the store? This is side quests that we're talking about right here.
I don't think, man.
I don't know.
I don't think they're not going to do that. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would love to see it. And I think this is just mind blowing stuff. I absolutely love it. Another thing. I just saw that I had this code in here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it up because Thrill of the Fight is another one that is a little bit this on a smaller scale, because you can physically move around the ring in Thrill of the Fight. You don't have to use, I don't think there is any artificial locomotion in Thrill of the Fight, because you just move, you just physically move, as long as you have a big enough play space. But I just can't imagine being able to run in VR. That's the one thing that I like, man. I want to try that so bad, just to be able to full out run and hopefully not trip and kill myself. But
it's coming, man.
Yeah, one of my favorite games too, Thrill of the Fight. Oh, love this game. This is Oculus code right here, but great game.
I'll let you guys know my thoughts here on Discord too, because I will be in this, and I was trying to get in it too.
You were actually setting this up right before the show. We were talking to the devs on this right before the show. So
yep. I know, it just it looks awesome. Even the menu going in is super cool when you're waiting in there on the Quest, because there's like guns raining from the ceiling and landing on the ground. Like they're colored ones, so they're not like textured ones, but it's so cool. Like they're falling on the floor around you and stuff, and I'm like,
I gotta try this.
I cannot wait to be in this, man. I cannot wait. Yeah,
so good.
Anyways, this would take over laser tag. I mean, Susan said that too, that it would be better because you can make it anything. You could make this world whatever you wanted,
Yeah, so I mean, even for if you had a location-based facility, once COVID stuff's all over, I mean, this is a great business, opportunity, because you could constantly change. Every time those people come back, they could have a subscription, that they get so many visits a month. It could be a different arena, a different, scenery every time they go in and play. And, we would pay to go play airsoft at places. We did that all the time, so this is something that can be done, on that scale and make money. I think this is, there's the Void and there's all these different places you can go. I've never been to one of those. We really need to do one of those as well. But, I mean, this is just, the future is awesome for this kind of stuff. I
highly recommend at least, trying it, or if you have 2 quests, I think it would be awesome to try, even if it was just 1v1.
Yeah, and even if it's not a big area.
So cool, man.
It doesn't have to be huge. Yeah, so coming up next week, is it next week? I believe it's next week, right? The HTC's ViveCon?
It's
the 11th and the 12th.
Is 11th, 12th? I kept thinking 10th, 11th.
I think it's 11th and 12th.
I swore it was 10th and 11th.
May 11th and 12th. Yep. So that is coming up. We've been excited about that. We still are wanting to find out for sure. Protocol put out an article that is essentially saying what this is going to be is a Vive Pro 2 and a Vive Focus 3 business edition. That's what they are saying. I don't know, if this is set in stone, if this is going to be for sure correct. That's what we're thinking. That's what we'll have to wait and see for sure. But they're saying that the Vive Focus 3 business edition is supposed to be $1,771, and the Pro 2 is supposed to be $1,012. So no hardware specs or anything or images of the actual device from the website, but that's what they are claiming. Makes sense. HTC said it's time to get down to business and stuff like that. So a business edition Vive Focus 3 Super disappointing though, because you know, we really wanted a competition for the Quest 2, even though they stated, you know, this isn't intended to compete with the Quest 2. We all still get our hopes up that it's going to be something amazing. If it does come out at $1,771 for the Vive Focus 3, I mean, that's a pass on my end. That's just too much money to spend. You know, that's a business edition, but too much money to spend on a standalone unit for me. Vive Pro 2 may be something that may be very interesting though, because the Vive Pro that is out now is awesome. Yeah, it's still a great headset.
Still holds up all day.
So it'll be interesting to see. Absolutely. You know, that's $1,000, similar to a full index bundle. Is it going to come with controllers, new controllers? You know, is it going to come with lighthouses? Is it going to come with everything like an index does for $1,000? I'm not sure, but that could be a PC VR competitor in the space for sure. So
I think if it comes out with a super high FOV, it will be. I really do. If it, you know, is comparable to index or surpasses index, I think it really could be. Especially with their good screens and lenses and everything, I think it would be great. But
yeah, and
I don't know. We'll see.
Eric for President is in here. He said, if hardware specs are insane and a wireless solution, I will spend $2,000 plus on the Vive Pro 2 and spend a few weeks getting scorned by my wife for that amount of money. Worth it, and I'd do it again. So yeah, I think that, I mean, if the Vive Pro 2, if that does come out of the box wireless solution, because that we know they've had wireless solutions.
But at $2,000, man, that's hard to swallow. I mean,
that's a lot of money.
Look, man, we can only spread ourselves so thin on certain things, right? I mean, that's what my whole discussion last week about the Yaw was. You can only spend so much, right, on VR, or else, you know, you're just throwing it away, because obviously in 6 months, a year, there's going to be something else out. The progressive rate we're going, it's insane.
Right.
So it's always a gamble of how far do you go with what you purchase. And
I agree.
That's where I'm at with all of it. You know, with this headset that we'll see from Vive and the Yaw, it's like I just don't know when to pull the triggers on things. So
yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you know, according to this article, I was very excited for a wireless standalone headset, and if this article is true, then I'm more excited for what the Vive Pro 2 is going to be. You know what I mean? That's
sure. No,
I think that could be a great headset. And make sure you check Eric for President's stream from last Thursday. Yeah, that was his first live stream for the debate style charity event. So we actually were playing Demeo, and I totally lost track of time. We were live streaming. I was like, holy crap. So I caught like the tail end of it. So I got to go back and watch from the beginning. I was super bummed that I missed the very beginning, but we totally lost track of time in Demeo. We thought we were going to play for like a half hour, and we played for 2. So it was like, holy crap, what happened? So yeah, but yeah, definitely check that out. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's still some good stuff coming this year. I mean, there's so much happening. You know, I'm excited to see what HTC says. May 11th and 12th, we're going to know for sure. We're going to see what the headsets look like. I don't know. It could be good. It could be not good. It's hard to say.
RG brings up a point. I think they're the only ones left. Like, if we don't see something from Vive, I feel like Samsung is the only ones that could pull a rabbit out of a hat and bring a true competitor. But I just don't think they're in the market for it. I don't. And I don't know why. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like they think they dabbled in it, you know, and it wasn't good enough for them. But, you know, and they went on with their numbers about how many, you know, Gear VRs and stuff, you know, there were. But
that was different because those were given away because they with gave like every phone purchase. Yeah, so those numbers or 8s, I know. Yeah, those numbers they can't really count as, you know, actual headset sales or anything like that.
Right.
So
I
don't know. I mean, yeah, like we're talking about the Yaw2 though, that they have been crushing the Kickstarter. I think their last stretch goal was hit at what, 1.2 million, I think.
1.2, yeah, 1.2, and then or 1.275. I'm gonna
pull it up and see what it's at right now.
1.275, maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it is currently at 1,292,000. So they're about to hit their next stretch goal with another $100,000 basically on the Chill Out software, which is the hammock software, which I actually really want. I know it sounds crazy.
And then shortly after it's close.
The rocking chair. Yeah, the rocking chair. Another 14,000 after that would be the rocking chair, which you could totally do with. I mean, I might sleep in this thing if they give me a hammock thing and I can just sit there and woohoo, you know, and I put something cool in the headset. I'm totally down. But yeah, they've been crushing it. We've been talking a bunch about it. I've been talking to James about it a whole bunch. He actually ordered one. We were messaging back and forth on Discord, and he's essentially, I think he's going to go all out and get, the Pro upgrade base with the 360 base. They're also doing a heave base, or what do they call it? The G-Force base, where it's actually the up and down motion. Yeah, which I am very excited for. There's no info on that or price or anything, but I'm definitely planning on getting that upgrade at least. So
it is going to be between 6 and 8 inches of vertical movement. That's what it's stated to be, at least on their.
Yeah, and some people even commented on one of our previous shows when we were talking about it that is the one thing that they really need. That
I agree.
is the one feeling in a motion sim rig that is you really need. Which
I'm not as sold on the 360 stuff anymore. As much as I think about it, why do I really need 360 movement? Because in VR, any type of like side movement, I mean, I feel like it more needs to be that heaving up and down, left and right. I mean, it can all be simulated in VR because of rotation. You don't feel rotation as much.
Yeah, unless it's a quick rotation. I mean, I think for flight sims, I think that's where you're going to benefit the most from the 360. I don't know that I want the 360 because the space it takes up to have to spin around, the cable management that you have to deal with, so you have to get the Pro upgrade for the base. It just, I don't know. The 360 sounds awesome. It's just a lot of extra.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it adds a lot to the price too. So that's the one thing that I'm like, I don't know. I haven't quite decided. I am thinking about adding the actual Yaw chair because it comes in with the built-in LEDs and stuff. That is another thing. But I do want the Heave, the G platform. I really want that. So.
Yeah. I would rather have that over the 360.
Yeah. But I wouldn't mind having both. But it's just too much money. These things can be upgraded.
Again, you can't have it all, man. This is what I keep saying. Like, that money you could spend on having a Decagear headset or something.
That's another one that's coming this year, supposedly.
Yeah,
there's just so many.
So it's hard.
It's just the stuff adds up. If when you're a hardcore VR enthusiast, it's fine if you have a Quest 2 and that's all you have. And you're buying games and stuff like that. That's one thing, but. To want to keep up with all the stuff that's coming out, it's it adds up, and I know most of the people in this VR chat are enthusiasts just like us. They want to try it all. They want to have everything. I know, most of the people in here are that same way. So it's tough. It is tough, but
I know.
I'm excited. I want the Decagear headset. I can't wait for the Yaw2.
Exactly,
I want the Vive Pro 2. Am I going to buy all that stuff? I don't know, but we'll see. Vive Pro 2 might be pretty interesting. It might be. It might put the index to bed. I don't know. We'll see.
Sure, it could. I mean, hopefully that's their target. It better be.
If
they're coming out with something on par, then why are they even coming out?
Yeah,
with
I can't imagine they would be doing that. I hope not. That'd be not good.
Nope.
But
Liberty says buy it all. I wish, man.
It adds up, and we're both married. If we were both single guys, I'm sure all of our money would be going into this stuff, and we'd probably have multiples of everything. We'd have at least 2 Yaws. I mean, like it would just be insane. But
it's hard because
the wives don't always love us spend all this money on
I
VR.
spend a lot on car stuff too, so I'm dividing between cars and VR. Like those are my two huge hobbies that don't go anywhere. They're life hobbies. So. I have to.
We just bought a new 4-wheeler not long ago, and
exactly
and bought another 4-wheeler. So all kinds of VR isn't our only hobby. So it's there's so much stuff, man. It's crazy.
We need to just, dude. If you were back here,
I know we've been talking about that. The wife and I have talked about moving back to Ohio, and me and Tyler could actually have like a legitimate studio together and do a lot of things together. It'd be really cool. It's just not. I feel
like the stuff that we do is so ridiculous sometimes. Like people wouldn't even understand like the stuff we get into. I mean, we've been making videos since we were like 16, before there were internet videos, before there were any of this.
Oh yeah, car videos. We used to do car. We have a bunch of old footage of car video stuff of us doing crazy stuff from back in the day. That's awesome. Before you could ever even put anything on the internet.
8mm camcorder is when we were recording back car stuff, man. It's ridiculous.
Stuff,
we literally should just have, like, honestly, Air for President said cars, VR, and coffee.
There you go.
That would be our life, man. Yeah. That would literally, like, the Jay's 2 Cents has a car channel and his tech channel, and I feel like we could literally have all of that and some. Like, sorry, I'm getting off topic again.
So it may happen. It may happen at some point. Yeah. I see Reckoner in VR in chat. I've actually been reading his book again. On the plane to Florida, I was reading The Memory Engine, which I love that book. And it's been a little while since I read it. I read it when it first came out. I've gotten back into reading that again. I have the audio version, the audio book, and the physical book. So sometimes on my way to work, I listen to it. And then in the evenings before I go to bed, I read some. Great book. If you haven't picked that up yet, I highly, highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite books. Way better than Ready Player 2, if you ask me. But
be careful.
No, I don't have any problem saying that. Ready Player 2 was a hard read. It just didn't, it wasn't as good as the first Ready Player 1. It just didn't keep, the story wasn't as interesting. It seemed like it drug on forever. And
But
it's
it builds on it though. Yeah.
No, it sucked. The memory engine is
come
way
on.
better. The memory engine is way better. Highly recommend picking that up.
I get it.
I've been enjoying reading it. Because after you read a book, after it's been a little while, and you go back into it and you read it again, it's like,
Sure.
You forget about a lot of the little details. You remember the main story, you know,
sure.
but you forget about all those details. So, awesome book. So, yeah.
Yep. No, I agree. Oh, I can't.
Chat's cracking me up. But all right, we got to get out of here. We are probably going to be playing some VR. I got some time this evening for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all of the mothers in chat and that watch the show and everything. Very happy Mother's Day to you. That is tomorrow. You know, the world couldn't revolve without mothers. That's absolutely
true.
100% a fact. So thank you to the mothers out there. Awesome people. And we'll be playing some stuff this weekend. I don't know what Tyler's schedule is. I got a little bit going on tonight. I would love to get into, I might still do the Population 1 play tests that are going on this weekend. If you do have access to the play test stuff, if you're a tester, let us know. Maybe we can hop in there together. Would like to play some Demeo. Would like to play that. And I know Bill's Fan RR has been wanting to play some Crisis Brigade 2 that has the multiplayer. And I have not done that yet. I need to download that actually and maybe hop in there with him. So yeah, today and tomorrow I'll be playing a lot of VR. So. Oh,
and I got to try out, I downloaded it last night, the app. I'm trying to think of his name off the top of my head now. I can't think of it. On our Discord that he posted. With the AR, with the what is it?
Star Wars stuff. He had some Star Wars stuff that he was using some AR with the rendered reality stuff.
Doing the AR stuff with rendered reality and stuff. But he did post a link to that on there, and I got to try that. I downloaded it last night. It was too dark. I couldn't try it yet.
Yeah.
But I need to do that today too. But
I want to see that. So super cool. Jump in the Discord. So many cool people in there. Good conversations. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Post your mugshots in the Discord as well. We've had some new mugshots recently. I need to go through and cut out some of the old ones and add some of the new ones. But but thank you for
it's awesome, though.
all the super chats and everything that buy me a coffees today.
Guys.
We really
you guys
appreciate
are amazing.
it.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us again this week. I guess we'll see you back here. See you in VR. I know I want to play
Demeo. Let's play.
I know.
4-player Demeo. 4-player Demeo. Come on.
It is too.
Let's jump in there. Let's jump in there. Yeah. So fun.
Yep.
But,
all right, guys.
Yep.
We're out of here. We will see you back here or see you in VR. Catch you next week or during the week. Maybe a stream.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're out of here.
Later.
Sweet. All right. Later, guys. See you.